moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, and all these doctrines that you use and have been used to divide us. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right. With the Most High say he loved Jacob. And the simplicity of a Mashiach Yahushai is simple. It's not complicated. Most High not dealing with confusion. He's not the author of confusion at all. Proverbs 6 and 16. Proverbs 6:16. These 6 things does the Most High hate. So the Most High do hate. These 6 things do the Most High hate. Yeah, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, hear that? A proud look. These 6 things the Most High hate, and the 7th is an abomination. First thing you say is a proud look. You think you are that. And you look, got your head up, looking down upon people. You better than everybody. When you ain't nothing as you ought to be. Or you the ones gonna teach all of us, Israelites, for 1,000 years? You got everybody that's amongst you, their names gonna be written in the book of life? Because you so prideful that you done taught them and make sure that they gonna be part of it, just like you are, but you can't say what number you are? A proud look. A lying tongue. If you say you have, you lying. You a liar. A lying tongue. And hands that shed innocent blood. Hear that? Hands that shed innocent blood. Hands, putting hands on people, making them bleed. Hands that shed innocent blood. And heart, a mind that devises wicked imaginations. A mind that's thinking on how to make someone wicked, or you be wicked yourself from the way you think, thinking evil thoughts. Feet that be swift to run, swift and running to mischief, swift to run. What's going on? What's happening? You ready to go to the mischief? You know something. You know they get ready to do something that's wicked, and you gonna run to it. Right with them. You know it's wrong, and you running to do it. Right with them. A false witness, a liar that speaketh lies. You done lied, made up some story, some lie, really, ain't no story, made up a lie, and speaking lies. And he that soweth discord among brethren, he that soweth discord among brethren, he said this, and you don't need to be over there with him. You need to be over here with me. Trying to cause discourse among brethren. Most High loved Jacob. And it could be one of them little ones. You don't know, or it could be an angel that you entertain and don't even realize it. My son, keep thy father's commandment and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thine heart. So he telling you, because that's the first commandment of promise. Love thy father and thy mother. Bind them continually upon thine heart, upon your mind, and tie them about thy neck. What's on your neck? Your head. Tie them upon your head. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When you go, you're going to think about these laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. It's going to lead you. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. When you sleep, it's going to keep you safe, keep you sound, keep the peace that you need to have while you sleep. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattering of the tongue of a strange woman. Now, he knew. He had 1,000 women, so Solomon knew. Lust not after her beauty. Tell you, don't lust after her beauty. In thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. She be blinking at you, winking at you, and so forth. That's an evil woman. These commandments will keep you from that. Because you're going to say, hey, this is what you got to go by right here. You don't want to go by that? Hey. You be caught up. And how many men have failed behind a woman? Following a woman. Let's go back to, you ain't got to go far back. Go back to the beginning with Adam. Moses said, hey, Adam, because you hearkened to that woman that told you, hey. Because Adam said, hey, the woman, he blamed it on the woman. The woman blamed it on the serpent. You know? But he said, hey, you listen to that woman? Because you listen to that woman, curses the ground. Your namesake, man. So, we have to take heed how we operate, men and women. So we don't get caught up in the same old trap. Because you know the devil he gonna cut off much wrath, but he know he got a short time. So don't let him do the same thing he's been doing since the garden. That's why you gotta rebuke him. You gotta recognize him first though. Because remember he got into the mind of Cain, got into the mind of the Sabians, the Chaldeans and so forth, and killed Job's servants and so forth. So what do? He get into the people's minds. So I say many are deceived by their own vain opinion. Ecclesiastes 3:24. And in evil, that's Satan. That's the devil. Get into your mind. Make you make the wrong judgment. You'll be sorry in the end. Colossians 3:8. But now, ye also put off all these. Take these away from you. It's a change. When you say, put off all these, when you say put off all these, I mean, get rid of all of this. Anger, get rid of being angry all the time. Wrath, malice, you being angry, but you don't really have no reason to be angry. Just got an attitude. Walk around with a big attitude, chip on your shoulder. Blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth, cussing all the time. Everything is jacked up. They say, lie not one to another. Don't be lying. Ain't no liars going to the kingdom. Seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds. You changed. You put off the old man and his deeds. Like people say they know of you. Like I say, people know of me. They don't know me now. If they knew me of old. They like, how can I be like I am now? Because I put off the old man with his deeds. And I put on a new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. According to our culture, all knowledge is on the standard of this word. This is our story. So you see our ancestors giving us the way that's right, the way that's wrong. They did this. You think you're going to do it? And they did it and got jacked up. That you're going to do it and you're not going to get jacked up? They did it and they were blessed. You think you're not going to do it and be blessed? Oh, yeah. And I put on a new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. You see, this is what it's all about. Where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian, bond nor free, but Mashiach in all and in all. Now this Greek and Jew nor Jew. Now, because that's what Edomites would go here and say, the Greeks are no Jew. But this Greek is talking about Hellenized Israelites. Look, let me show you right quick. I'm not going to dwell on this, but I'm going to show you. During the Greek Empire, this is the Roman Empire we're reading about here in Colossians. They were super part of earth. But during the Greek Empire, when they first came into power, why it says Greek and they are the Jews or the Israelites, they're still talking about the Israelites. Look at 2 Maccabees 6:6, right to the point. This is during the Greek Empire, when the so-called white man came into his first kingdom. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts. They took all that away from us. Or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. So, they became Greeks. They became Greeks. And when you look at Hellenists, I'm going to look at it in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. It says, Hellenists, says Jews who made Greek their tongue, and with it often adopted Greek ideas and practices. See, these are the Israelites. It was against the law to call yourself an Israelite, a Jew. So they became Greeks, just like you call yourself American. And you're really the children of Israel. You're the 12 tribes of Israel. So that's why you see where there's neither Greek nor Jew, because these are the Israelites. Circumcision or uncircumcision. See, the ones that were circumcision, the ones that knew the laws and knew that my circumcision came back, and they're looking at the Colossians, the Corinthians, these are all Israelites, Philippians, the Ephesians, Galatians, Romans, all as the uncircumcision. Because they ain't rolling with them, Mashiach. They ain't know them. And they said, hey, they out there, that's why Paul had to be sent to the Israelites in these different lands, or at least sent letters to them, if he didn't visit them himself, to show them the way, the truth, and the life. That no man comes to the Father but by Mashiach Yahushua, and learning the laws, statutes, commandments. Mashiach Yahushua said, you love me, keep my commandments. Keep the laws of the Most High, commandments of the Most High. So that's what his job was, because he was hardcore in putting to death anybody that called on by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua when he was Saul. So when he became Paul, he had to suffer for it by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, name's sake. Listen, verse 12, it says, put on, therefore, as the elect of the Most High, see, as the elect of the Most High, so that's a key right there. Who's the elect of the Most High? Who are the elect of the Most High? Let you know it's talking about Israelites. Isaiah 45 and 4. Isaiah 45 and 4. As the elect of the Most High. Oh. So lucky, like I say, I'm trying to work these pages real hard to work with. Okay, Isaiah 45 and 4. Proving who the elect are. For Jacob, my servant's sake, Jacob's the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. And Israel, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, mine elect. See? Israel, mine elect. So it's talking to the Israelites. So they're going back to Colossians 3 and 12. Put on, therefore, as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved. Who's beloved? See these words. You can look at these words and beloved. I've been quoting Romans 9:13 all night long. As it is written, Jacob have I loved. Right? So, Baruch 3, the 3rd chapter, verse 36. Who is the beloved? He hath found out all the way of knowledge, and hath given it unto Jacob, his servant, and to Israel, his beloved. See? So you're not going to get away with trying to put everybody there when it's saying Israel is the beloved. Once again, Colossians 3 and 12. Put on, therefore, Israelites, Hebrew Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel, as the elect of the Most High. That's who we are. Holy and beloved. Bowels of mercies, kindness, see it? Kindness, humbleness of mind, humility, which is contrary to being prideful, thinking you all that. Meekness, humility, long suffering long, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. We got to forgive each other. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Mashiach forgave you, so also you do ye. Mashiach forgave us. You say we got to forgive each other. And above all these things, put on charity, which is love and compassion and caring for each other, which is the bond of perfectness for we as the Israelites. And let the peace of the Most High rule in your hearts, rule in your mind. You do this, you're going to have the peace of the Most High and of Mashiach Yahushua, to the which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful. As we called in one body. There's nothing more powerful than this truth. And for us to be so adamant against each other in these last days, it's hurtful, because you look at, he's saying you're not going to make it to the kingdom if you don't follow these rules and regulations, whether you accept it or not. This is so important, brothers and sisters. Let's go to 1 Peter's first chapter. First Peter 1, and we're going to look at verse 22 to the end. First Peter's first chapter, verse 22. Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth. You purified your bodies in obeying the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, which is the truth. The truth, once again, Psalms 119, 142. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and that law is the truth. Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth through the Spirit unto unfeigned love of the brethren. You hear that? Genuine. Unfeigned means genuine love of the brethren. See that ye love one another with a pure heart, fervently, pure mind, fervently, man. Being born again. Not a corruptible seed, but of incorruptible. The only way you can be born again is through your mind, through the way you act and the way you bring forth your actions within the earth as you live on this earth, and doing what you do as you live on this earth. Otherwise, you live in a formality and living in a fantasy world. That's why I say being born again. That's the renewing of your mind, the way you think, according to, thus say the Most High's word. Not of corruptible seed, but of incorruptible. I mean, you preparing for this kingdom. You rehearsing everything, every way, shape, and form that you can, that your name can be written in the book of life. By the word of the Most High, see? By the word of the Most High, which liveth and abideth forever. For all flesh is as grass, hear that? We just like grass. And all the glory of man as the flower of grass. The grass withered. The grass gonna wither. And the flower thereof falleth away. That's how he's looking at us, as grass, as it's wither away. And the flower that just vanish away too. But the word of the Most High endure forever. You have to word, this word of the Most High going to endure forever. And this is the word which by the gospel is preached unto you. In what you hearing, in changing, become that new creature, being born again, as it said. The way you think, the way you act, the way you speak. Changing. Because every last one of us is before the Most High. Ain't no way you can go, you can't see the sky. If you go deep down in the earth, when you come up out of that earth, you can see the sky. The sky is still over that earth. Where you go down, that sky is still looking down upon that earth. He can see through everything. He made everything. That's why he said every eye go see him. I'll check him shine when he come back. Ephesians 4:1. I therefore, the prisoner of a Mashiach Yahushua, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation, which is the job wherewith ye are called. You got to work worthy. You got to be worthy of the job, which is vocation, wherewith ye are called. You know, people have their jobs. They're worthy of that job they have. Gung-ho with that, but when it comes down to this truth, you got to be a prisoner of a Mashiach Yahushua. And walk worthy of the job wherewith ye are called. With all lowliness and meekness. Hear that? With all lowliness and meekness. Not no prideful person, because the Most High said pride is hateful before man and the Most High. Understand this, overstand this. So that's why it's about change. It's about looking in the mirror at yourself and realizing, man, I gotta get myself together. I'm not all that I thought I was, or I think I am, before the Most High. He gonna deal with me. Do I really fear the Most High? Am I really scared of the Most High? Or am I more scared of men? And not realizing that the Most High's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man. Well, look what it says in Ecclesiastes 10, verse 7. Pride is hateful before the Most High and man. You hear that? Pride is hateful before the Most High and man. Look at verse 12. Ecclesiastes 10 and 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High. So if you don't do what he say do, you departing from the Most High. And his heart is turned away from his maker. His mind is turned away from his maker. Point blank. So, reading this again. Ephesians 4:2. With all lowliness and meekness. This humility. With long suffering. Suffering long. Sometimes you have to suffer a long time. You have to go through a lot of suffering for a long time. Suffering long. Especially for your brethren. With long suffering. Most High is long suffering with us. Look how long he was suffering with us. When he told us from the beginning, you can eat of the tree of life and live forever. But you eat of that tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and you're going to die. You ain't going to live a day. You're going to die. And we chose death over life. With long suffering, forbearing one another in love. You hear that? Forbearing one another in love. Enduring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace with each other. There is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. One Master, one faith, one baptism. Say, one Most High, power and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. See, but do you accept him? Do you really want to accept him for who he is and what he's telling us here? How we have to be. And it's not hard. It's just a matter of you have to make up your mind that you want to change. You want to be a better person in the eyes of the Most High. Because that's what matters, you know. But a lot of you, you're afraid of how men look at you. That's why Most High talk about you. He said it. I quoted it, but let's read it. Ecclesiasticus 23:19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men. See? Such a man only feareth the eyes of men. How they gonna look at me? I ain't gonna be humble. That's some weak stuff. Most I just told you to be prideful. That's hateful before man and the Most High. A certain man. Not all men, because some men, they prideful, so everybody that's under them is prideful. As the leader is, so is the servants. So they prideful, so everybody that's coming under them is prideful and arrogant. And most I say he hates you because you're poor. You hate a poor man that's prideful. Look, there it is right there. Ecclesiastes 25:2. 3 sorts of men my soul hateth, and I am greatly offended at their light. A poor man that is proud, hear that? He hates you. A poor man that's proud. That's why I hear the word of the Most High. Ecclesiasticus 23:19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men. So you care about how man look at you, and not how the Most High is looking at you. When it tells you, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. Hear that? Most secret things you think you're getting away with, you ain't getting away with nothing. Because the Most High's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, looking at everything that we do and thinking that nobody see me. That you don't see me spirit. But the Most High see everything. See. And it's very important that we understand this and overstand this before it's too late. And I'm going to conclude right there. We're going to continue on this because it's very important that brothers realize we're in the last days. It ain't like you can think you coming back and get it together. This could be the last time we on this earth to get it together. We got to bring back our culture, and we got to follow the gospel of this Bible. That's the word of the Most High. Every word of the Most High is pure. So hopefully it was edifying, and hope if you hear it, you can give it to your leader, whoever it is, and we can all take heed to becoming better in the eyes of the Most High. And not just man. Because man will lead you straight to hell. What the Most High said about he that trusted in man. Cursed be the man that trusted in man and make flesh his arm. This is what it said. Jeremiah 17:5. So I'm gonna continue on this because it's a lot more that I could bring to the table, to the spirit of the Most High. And we all gotta change. We gotta come back, become better. And we got to remember Romans 9:13. As it is written, the Most High loved Jacob. That's what we're looking at. So you hate who the Most High loved. Fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And I'm out.